Hi everybody, this is Christy Falk with Create with Christy, here to show you some new products here. Well, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm here to showcase some new products that are going to be available. I am going to warn you, I bet you my mouth is not matched up with my voice. I've been working on this all morning and I can't get it to sync right. I'm not sure what's going on. So I promise you it's not going to be on my face very long because it'll probably drive you crazy. Okay, I'm going to show you the products. It's called Snowflake Showcase. Here are the beautiful dies. I love these dies. It's called Snowfall Finlets. You get so many dies. There are 20 dies and they're $39. And they coordinate with the two stamp sets that are available with this product. This one is Snow is Glistening. Oh, I just realized I forgot to switch cameras. Let me get that taken care of. There we go. Now you can see the dies. Okay. You can tell I've been having troubles this morning. Okay, this is the Snowfall Finlets dies. I just love these dies. There are 20 of them all together. And like I said, they're $39. And I forgot to say, all of these products will be available November 1st, but they're while supplies last, or November 30th, whichever comes first. So if they sell out before November 30th, they'll be gone. Before the promotion will be over soon. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a way that you can get them now before November 1st and before they sell out and get them at a discount. I'll explain that at the end of the video. And also, if you share my video, I will put all the names of everyone in a bucket and I'll draw a winner to get a prize. And I'll show you what that free prize will be at the end of the video. I promise you'll love it. And then here's the stamp set, Snow is Glistening, one of them. It's a photopolymer set. Those are the ones that are completely clear. And it's $21, and I really love this set. It's adorable, and I love all the greetings on it, and I'll be making one of those here real soon with a card with that. Now the next one is called Happiness Surrounds. This one you can use all year long. I just love it, and I love the flowers in it, and that's some of these flowers coordinate with it. I just love how this die set coordinates with two stamp sets. That just sold me right away. And then we've got these beautiful, let me get these dies out of the way. Those might need to turn from what I'm showing you. Snowflake Trinkets. I love these trinkets because we've had some similar. You'll say, I've seen ones like that before. They're a little different, but the big thing I love about them, they're thin. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but they are a lot thinner than the embellishments we've had similar to this. So when you put them on a card, you can actually mail them. They aren't too bulky at all. I just love that. I love that about that. And the last product is the white velvet sheets. It's hard to tell in this video, but these are really soft. It does feel like velvet, and it's nice and fuzzy. And they're perfect for the die cutting the snowflakes. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to give you the price. This one, you get 2 sheets of 12 by 12 for $5. And then I forgot to give you the price of the stamp sets. The card I'm getting ready to make now is the Happiness Surround stamp set. And this one you can get for $17. And it is photopolymer. And let me get all my stamps together here. And my product. There we go. Get some grid paper out. All my little things here. Now I did do some of the die cutting ahead of time, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do that. But I'll put those here at the side. One thing I need to stamp is the flower. This is done with Coastal Cabana. This Whisper White piece is about 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I'm going to stamp that on. And then the only other thing I need to stamp, well, there are a few things. Let's see. Now we'll go to stamping this. This is a piece from the Wood Textures Designer Series paper, and it is a 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 inch piece. And I'm going to take the large stamp that's in the Happiness Surrounds. I'm going to ink it up with Granny Apple Green. I just love this color. And I'm going to stamp this directly on the paper. Stampin' Up! Actually did this on one of their cards to showcase this stamp set. And I thought it was such a good idea. I just had to do it myself. Using different colors from what they used. But doesn't that look neat on the wood? So I'm making my own wood background. Now I'm going to line this tip here in between these to offset them a little bit. Just keep going. Put one there. That's why I've got the grid paper, because I am stamping off, as you can see. I always have grid paper at the bottom, so I don't have to worry about messing up my workspace. And I think I'll just do one little row down here at the bottom, and that should do it. So there, I've customized that wood paper, and I love the wood grain look on that. And then the only other thing that we'll be stamping is the greeting. Let me get that out. This piece is, look at my little cheat sheet, 3 3/4 by 3/4. I'm going to take the banner triple punch. Now this guide here in the middle is for 1 inch, but I'm going to center it. There are 2 little, I guess you call them little notches here in the first guide. If you center this piece in between there and put it in as far as it can go, there we go. So that's centered pretty good and looks pretty straight. So you punch that, and that lines it up perfectly. But you do want to punch that out first. The banner goes this direction. Get this paper out of the way. So I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana ink again and stamp this near the end of the banner. Okay, I'll kind of put that over to the side. And I'm going to show you die cutting. So like I said, I did die cut the detailed flowers. But now I'm going to do, since this one, it's a lot easier to die cut after you stamp, because you can line it up. A little trouble here. There we go. Should have put those in place where I could reach them a little better. Okay, so you put this on here. This is magnetic platform, standard cutting pad. And here's the flower stamp. Okay, that's on there pretty good. And whenever I put my cutting pad down, I kind of put it at an angle so it's not touching the paper, then slide it down, then bring it down. That makes it so it doesn't move the die. The magnetic platform does hold it down in place, but if you touch it with the standard cutting pad, it's going to move. Okay, now we're going to do one more thing. If you look closely at the card, you'll see that I embossed it. Let me grab, so with tin tile. It's a little hard to tell maybe in this video, but this is all textured. I love that look. The tin tile embossing folder is my favorite in the new catalog. And it's an extra thick die, so folder. So all you need is a Big Shot platform. You put the paper inside the folder, and we've got these nice lines now. So what I do, I kind of make sure that it's straight. Well, that's a little cockeyed. It's a little hard to do this in a camera. Let me make it so I can see it. There we go. And you always want to put it in fold first. So I'm going to lay it on the platform, and then you only need 1 standard cutting pad because it's so thick. And then we'll put that through. Scoot that over. There we go. It just fits in the folder, so you got to get it. Can't have it at much of an angle. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. Okay, now we can get the Big Shot out of the way. Put it over here. Okay, now we'll bring the card in. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I forgot to grab my bone folder. There we go. Good thing I had it close by. And I'm going to go ahead and take my snail and put it on the card. I always make sure I put snail near the corners and then along the long sides. Oh, looks like I got one of my defunct. I've had a couple of my, well, let me grab another one. Let's try this one. Much better. Okay. Only in live TV do things start falling apart. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the middle of the card front. And now I'm going to bring in the wood texture designer paper that we stamped. And see, there's this other side too. So if you wanted some more of the darker brown, I could have stamped on this side. So both sides are just a little different. And I'm going to put that right in the center. Now I'm going to take another piece of crumb cake. This is 4 inch by 1.5 inches. And I'm going to put it across the bottom part of the card. And I made it the same width as the green layer. So put that down. And now I'll take my little banner, put some adhesive on it, kind of put it right here in the center, There we go. And now I'm going to start putting all the flowers on. Let me grab all my flowers. Okay. Now, what I do a lot of times, I will lay things down to see how I want it to look. I do know I want this little thing to go in the middle. So I'm going to grab some glue dots here and just put a glue dot here in the middle. Put it in the middle of the flower. Okay. And I'm going to use some rhinestones and get my Take It Up tool. I'm going to use a large rhinestone for the center of this one. And then with my detailed ones, I'm using a small rhinestone. Okay. Okay, those are ready. So we can get the rhinestones out of the way. I love this Take It Up tool. It's really neat. You could have used the spatula side too, but there's another attachment that goes to it, and it's a scorer. And it's just, I love it. It's got little petty so you can pick up little things. Okay. Now I'm going to start putting these together. Like I said, I wanted to lay these down and kind of get an idea where I want them. This one I want to tuck underneath. And then I'll put the leaves around. So I know this one, I'm just going to put some glue dot, I think, in the middle. That's one thing I found out when I'm layering things like this. It's better not to have adhesive along the petals. So that way I can slide things underneath. So I do know I'm going to look at my first card. Now this one, I want to go underneath. So I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle. And it is small, but the rhinestone, you can't see it from the other side. So it's going to be just fine. I'm going to stick this underneath. And because I didn't put a lot of adhesive on it, I was able to do that. And this one's going to go on top. Just so. And now I'm going to start putting the little leaves on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a glue dot on this too. I'm only going to put one here on the bottom. And it doesn't matter that the glue dot is kind of showing on the outside because it's going to be tucked under the flower. I want to angle it a little bit so it's not hanging off the card too much because we want it to be able to fit in the envelope. Here's another one. Oh, one of my leaves didn't come out of my bag. Let me get that out. There we go. I could have just done it with 3, but I thought it looked a lot better with the 4 when I made it the first time. And here's another leaf. I think one needs to go over here. That yellow flower needs some. And because this one's a little open, I'm kind of trying to hide the stem just a little bit behind some of the cardstock. Last leaf, tuck that in here. And I could have stopped right there, but I wanted to have a few little berries. This is another neat die in the set. And once again, I'm going to put it near the bottom. I'm going to put this one up here. Always make sure the glue dot goes underneath the flowers so I don't have to worry about that getting stuck on something else. And then this kind of needs something down here, so we'll stick that under here. There we go. And that's it. Isn't that a beautiful card? I think any friend would love to get a card like this, and I love being able to layer all those flowers. Okay, now I'm going to clear away because I'm going to make a Christmas card now. I'm going to feature the Snow is Glistening stamp set, and this one is $17. And I'm also going to be showing you how to use the Stamparatus. While I'm getting everything out of the way, I want to tell you about my Doily Rewards program. I just started this in October. I wanted to find a way to thank all of my loyal customers, and I thought this would be a good way to do it. I've been wanting to start something like this for a long time now. I finally decided to do it. If you place with every $50 you place on an order, you will get a doily. And I decided to do doilies since I've got a doily in my logo. And when you collect 10, I will give you a $50 shopping spree. Now you have to use the current host code when you place your order to be able to earn a doily. But if your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code. That way you'll get the Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up! And you will still earn 3 doilies to go towards your 10. And once you get your 10 collected, then you can contact me and give me your order numbers. And then I will go back and check and make sure that you did earn them all. And then I'll place your order for you. You also would send me your order. I'll have a form. If you go to createwithchristy.com and click on at the top where it says Doily Rewards Program, you can get all the information there so you know how to email me. And this is this month's host code. So that's when you're going to want to use, well, until tomorrow. I can't believe October is about over. I've just about got everything collected here. And I'm going to be using the Stamparatus, which I don't use as much as I should. And when I was making this card, I realized, okay, I'm going to be using this a lot more because it was fun using it. Okay, just about got everything set up. Let's go back to the workspace. Here's the card. I love the different greens on this. I picked the colors I picked. This is the Frosted Floral Specialty Designer paper from the holiday catalog that I used. And they had 3 different kinds of greens on that paper. So those were the colors I picked out for this. So let me get my Stamparatus going here. The reason I'm using decided to use the Stamparatus on this one, this border here, it goes a lot easier using the hinge technique with the Stamparatus. So I'm going to bring that in here. This is the stamp we'll be using to make that border. Now, first off, I want to show you some new accessories that have come out. When you get the Stamparatus, you get 2 of these plates plus 1 of these. Well, we found that with the photopolymer stamps, they really need to have a little more width. So that you can now purchase another one of these, and it works perfect even along the hinge. If you've used the Stamparatus, you know what I'm talking about. Let me get this in the video a little better. Looks like I'm getting out of there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put this in because we'll be ready. Well, I think that's the one I want to use. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of 4" by 5 1/4 cardstock. Let me grab one of my magnets from the bottom. I try to just use one magnet because if they get together, they could break. So I try my best just to use one. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. I want to go this way. And I do know that I want this just to be down a little bit, but as far over as I can get it up here. So that's the nice thing with the Stamparatus. You can put this down with no ink and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, now I'm going to put the plate down. There we go. They are sticky, so you can that's why I like being able to use the hinge, be able to be close to the hinge now, because I can just push this back up again when I'm ready. Okay, now I'm going to take my soft seafoam ink pad. I'm going to ink this up, bring it down, push it down, and bring it back up. And when it has ink on it too, it doesn't stick as much. Now that looks pretty good. If I didn't stamp it very evenly, I could put it back down again, ink it back up again, and do this, but it looked pretty good. So what I'm going to do, bring this down. I'm going to go down 2 notches, not just 1, 2 notches, but this makes it line up perfectly. So get ink on that again. Bring this down. Oh, and I forgot to put my grid paper back in. That's all right. There we go. So now I'm leaving this in place because I wanted it to be centered. So I want this to be the same width as this. So I'm just going to turn this around. And this time I'm going to put my grid paper in. This is something else that you can order now. And it fits perfectly inside. And it kind of helps when you're stamping off, so you don't have to worry about stamping on this. But it cleans off pretty easy anyway. But it also, if you're wanting to line things up a little better, the grid paper works perfectly. Okay, we're going to bring this back up again. Ink that up. Push this down. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up before I forget. Now bring it down 2 hinges. Pop it back in. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now I've already got the other stamps placed where I want them. So I'm going to turn this over, and I've got my joy stamp right here. Put it back up at the top. And I'm going to stamp my joy down in the corner. Use my Mint Macaron ink pad this time, because I want it to be a little darker so it'll show up. Even though I've got a little ink there, it's okay. It's not going to stamp on my project. Oh, I guess it did a little bit, but I'm covering that up. But there's the joy placed exactly where I wanted it. That's a nice thing. If you want to mass produce, once you figure out where you want it, you just keep it on there and flip your plates. And that's another thing that you can buy now. You can buy another set of these plates so you can do even more stamps that way, which is wonderful. I love that. Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of 2.5 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White. This is going to be for my tree. And that's up here at the top. And I did it in Mint Macaron also. So we'll go ahead and get that inked up. Okay. Oops, looks like the magnet's going to be in the way a little bit. There we go. Should have put it at the top. I wasn't thinking. Perfect. Oh, a little bit off there, so I'm going to bring it back down again. Push on it. Could be I didn't get enough ink on that. Oh, no, that worked out perfect. Another plus for using the Stamparatus. And I forgot, I do need to do one more little stamp. Put this up here. If you look at the tree in my card, it's got a little trunk right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this, turn it around. I've already got the little stamp where I want it. I'm going to ink it up. Tap lightly. Since it's so little, you don't have to tap really hard. Bring this down, and that's going to put it right where I want it. Perfect. Okay, now we're done with all the stamping. So I'm going to put this, get this out of the way. Put my magnet back here. I always want to put those right back so they don't get stuck on something. I know of someone that she said they clashed together and just bits and pieces went everywhere, so you want to be really careful with that. Okay, I'm going to grab my scissors. I forgot to get those out. Here we go. And I'm just going to cut this. This is super simple to cut out. You could use your paper cutter too if you want it, if you're worried that you're not going to get it totally straight. But if you just go along the edges of the tree, it's super simple to cut out, and you can cut it out very quickly. As you can see, I'm getting it done really fast. And that's it. Okay, now bring all the pieces in for the rest of the card. This is a piece of macaron. It's 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to fold it in half. See where I put my bone folder. There we go. If you're like me, when you start working, you start throwing things everywhere. Okay, now bring my Whisper White piece back in. And like if I hadn't figured out how wide I wanted this, it's going to be okay. It is a little narrow. But I'm going to have ribbon going over that, but you just center that in between those two stamped images. Grab my snail. I love this paper. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it is so glittery and frosty. It's a perfect name, Frosted Floral. But this is also in the holiday catalog. There we go. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this over. I can kind of see, you may not be able to see in the video, but I can see the designer series paper just a little bit. So I know my ribbon's going to go about here. I always make it wider than I know I need it to be. So that way I know I don't miss the adhesive. If I just did one strip, the ribbon probably wouldn't touch. So I'm going to say this is a 6-inch piece of our Tranquil Tide velvet ribbon. I wanted to use velvet because it's just so, it goes well with the velvet paper. And you're going to see that here in a minute. I forgot to point that out when I showed you the card. But I'll point it out here in just a minute. See where my paper is again. But see how that fit onto the adhesive because I made it extra thick. So that makes it a lot easier. And then it also helps it stick on the card too. It's not being wasteful with the adhesive because it's going to be going on the card anyway. So as you can see, I'm wanting to make sure I cover up that little white gap. Okay. That's pretty good. Now, get the corners. Oh, my computer's making noises on me. I'm going to try to turn that off. Okay, here's the card. So put this on top now that we've got the ribbon on there. Put it in the middle of the card. And then I wanted this to be popped up. So I'm going to take some dimensionals, put one here in the corner, here, and here. Take the paper backing off. And I'm going to make sure it goes over that branch and in the center of the card. There we go. Now I just had to use one of our trinkets. That doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to grab one out of my pack. And I'm going to take the glue dots. Oh, there we go. Couldn't find the first glue dot. Get that on the center of the little trinket and just put that on top of the card. I think that makes a perfect snowflake star for the tree. And the one last thing I'm going to put on, when I told you about the velvet paper, this is what the swirl die in the set. I used the same sandwich that I used when I cut out that die cut that flower in the last card. So that's why I went ahead and die cut it ahead of time, since I always showed you how to do it. So I wanted this to kind of be able to look like it's flying a little bit. So all I'm going to do is take one glue dot and put it here. I'm doing it again. Where'd they go? There we go. When I'm done with this, I'll be ripping off that extra paper so I can find them easier. I think I'm going to go ahead and do two, just to make sure it stays on good. So it's right here in that middle big flower. And I want them to look like they're flying across like it's a blizzard. There we go. So now that they're not attached, they're kind of look like they're flying. So I thought that looked kind of neat. Okay, now I've got my clear faceted gems. These are in the annual catalog. Need to find where I put my take it up tool. Well, the take it up tool would have worked great, but I put it somewhere and I don't see it. So we're going to grab one of these small ones and put it here in the middle. And that's it. That's the end of the card. So I really like the stamp sets in this ensemble. I think you will too. So once again, we've got the Happiness Surround stamp set, and this one is $17. The Snow is Glistening stamp set, and this one is $21. And like I said, they're both photopolymers. You could see when I was demonstrating. And then we've also got our little snowflake trinkets. You get 20 of these. So there's 2 designs. You get 10 of each design for $8. The die set, which, oh, here we go. I was afraid I put that away. Here's the die set, the Snowfall Thinlits dies that coordinates with both the stamp sets, and you get this for $39. And then the white velvet paper, this gives you the nice fuzzy effect, and you get 2 sheets of 12 by 12 for $5. So these will all be available beginning November 1st. Like I told you earlier, there is a way you can get it now at a discount, and that's if you sign up to be a demonstrator under me. I'd love for you to join me and my team. Let me go ahead and go to me. I hope my voice isn't too bad. It won't drive you nuts. But I'd love for you to join my team, Christy's Friendly Stampers. We're a small team, but we're growing, and we've gotten pretty close over the years. I'd love for you to join my team. And if you do that before November 1st, you'll be able to get it. Pick this out as your in your starter kit. When you get a starter kit, you get to pick out up to $125 worth of product from any current catalog. And whenever there's a promotion, as a demonstrator, we always get around a month to pre-order new product before the customers. So if you sign up during that pre-order month, you can also pick out the new products in your starter kit. So if you love the products I just showed you and you're worried they might sell out and you would love to get it at a discount, I would highly recommend joining Stampin' Up. And then after that, then you get to add some more. Even if you got everything on there, it's still equal less than $125. But the starter kit's $99. So it's a great deal. So you get up to $125 in product and business supplies for only $99. And you won't have to, have to think this through. Oh yeah, the first quarter is waived for you. Now, you have to do $300 a quarter to stay active. But you won't have to reach your $300 till March, and that's during celebration. So it's a really, really good deal. This is a great month to start. So that gives you November and December that you don't have to get to your $300. You have 2 extra months to get your business started. And I think that's wonderful. Stampin' Up! Does that for us. They're a good company to work for. I've been a demonstrator for 15 years. And I've loved every minute of it. And I've learned a lot along the way. So, and I've also got a Facebook group page for my group, and I'm starting to do videos on those. So I'd love for you to join us. If you have any questions, you can comment below. And I also put a link below to my Join the Fun page on my demonstrator website. It explains everything about the benefits about being a demonstrator. And then if you click the Join Now button, that'll take you to the agreement to sign up and be able to place your order for your starter kit. If you have any questions, just tell me below. And I told you if you share this video, and I'm going to give you till noon tomorrow, so you get a full 24 hours, because I know a lot of people are at work right now, and it looks like we really haven't had a lot of people. I've got 4 people. Hello, I'm glad you're joining me right now. But I know there'll be more people that will see this once they get off of work, so I give everybody a chance. And what you'll do, if you share this video, and I draw your name, you will get the chicken wire elements. These were unavailable to order for a long time. They're available now, but you can do so much with these chicken wire elements. I forgot the name there for a second. But I will send this to you free. The winner will receive this. So everyone that shares the video between now and noon tomorrow will get their name put in a hat, and I'll draw your name, then I'll announce the winner tomorrow on my Facebook page, and I'll message you and get all your information so I can mail it out to you. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is only my second one, so I know there were some problems with it, so hopefully next time I can get all the kinks out, because my voice being off is really driving me crazy. So I hope you come back, and hopefully next week I will be on stage in Orlando, Florida. I would like to start doing lives every week. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Maybe I'll be able to do a live at the convention. We'll have to see. So I hope you have a good day. See you soon.